Hey everyone, we're just going to give it a couple more minutes and we'll get started. Just waiting for a few more folks. Thanks. All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks for joining me today to discuss 5S Technologies Managed Services offerings. Today we'll be discussing the types of services we provide and why we are the best choice for your organization. My name is Jamie Durgan. I am the VP of Engineering for 5S. I've worked in technology consulting for about 15 years. Um, uh, with total time in IT about 22, and obviously I've been working for different organizations, many different people, and but none I am more proud of than the work that I've done with 5S and for Mr. Mike Shook. So 5S is based right here in Central North Carolina, and first off, one of the things that sets us apart is our experience in IT. Each of our consultants have over 20 years of experience, and we work with our junior engineers to improve technical acumen as well as customer service capabilities. We provide business value through IT by being efficient, straightforward, innovative. And I say innovative in that we don't say adopt technology for the sake of technology, but on the real expected return of a service asset. We do the right things for our customers and feel our great success and customer return rate speaks to that. So Mike and I and our staff obviously have experience way before 5S. We all worked for companies focused on customer service and technical excellence, allowing us to take from these experiences and cultures and create what we feel is the organization great people and good customers want to work with. And we are continuously evaluating our current and new vendors, not only from a market share and growth perspective, but also their research and development. Progression on platforms and services and customer satisfaction, all things that are important to us are also important for our vendor to possess. We hold ourselves to high standards, want to ensure that if we represent a vendor, they also represent our core belief of customer first. So what we do, when we do a lot of things, mostly focused on infrastructure and related services like middleware platforms, but also have unique quality services that are business focused, like strategic planning and operational assessments. We also offer cloud solutions that provide compute, enterprise mobility, backup and disaster recovery, help desk, time reporting and tracking, all things that are important in managing and maintaining an IT environment, whether it's the people or the technology or the processes. And for those wondering why such niche items, really this came from my background. I managed an IT department for a national bank based here in Raleigh, and when the team was growing, I had a hard time with lack of just general visibility, time being spent on projects and operations, the health and performance of the business applications, and the viability of our DR and business continuity, and finally, a clear understanding of how the services we provided were of business value. And as we matured key functions, processes, culture, and the tools that we use, we started to adopt, it brought on to light this critical information and allowed us to reshape our organization to be what I would say more aligned with the business and far more agile at project and operational tasks. And my intent is to focus on these items that made managing and operating IT easier and more effective and deliver that to our customers. So for 5S, really our foundation is focused on these tenets, right? Intelligence, an intelligent design that provides the critical health and performance information to know your customer experience. Simplification, adopting innovative processes and tools to ease administrative time and give your staff more time to plan and proactively engage. And finally, accountability, and that's done through clear communication of the delivery, transition, and ultimate ownership of the projects and plans that are delivered, and that ensures satisfaction and improved operations. So I'm going to give you some examples. And really, right off the bat, there's a lot of discussion around cloud enablement, moving to the cloud, migrating, and really, I want to use the cloud enablement services that we provide as an example. So this can be a very ambiguous conversation since enablement of a service for cloud could mean many different things. And what we do is we parse through the different methods of cloud enablement from our partnerships, vendors, and colleagues to develop what we feel is the best, most succinct way to identify our customer needs and describe our related services. And here you can see the breakdown, each one of these different facets, whether it's infrastructure as a service or platform as a service or, systems as a service. We're really with that, breaking it down and understanding each element and being able to have the conversation at that level is key. So, these 9 functions of cloud enablement, each correlates to a different service, a different resource, a different process, or maybe even a different tool that we are able to discuss and provide to our customers that provide that more clear understanding of our customer needs and desires. And we're able to immediately be more responsive and accurate within our delivery. So from that identification phase, we focus on delivery. And listed here are some key offerings that we have that we've delivered. And the thing to highlight here is the focus on the business justified, chargeback and security, business-based migration plans, prioritizing based on business need. True success of a major effort like cloud migration is the resultant impact to business availability and increased business value. Like what we provide to our customers, IT should be able to identify and articulate the services they provide to the business. This has certainly allowed our customers to understand our capabilities, and the same will be true as your IT adopts a more services-based position. And another example is disaster recovery, because this could be, back up to one IT group and business continuity to another. We break down the conversation first by the key drivers. Is this in response to risk and compliance needs or an audit? Are you looking to identify what your capabilities are and identify gaps? Is there a need for a better, more updated plan? Or do you want to simply test your plan or outsource the management of your program? And each of these has a different work plan, and we work with where your needs are to provide the greatest value. And then we focus on delivery. Again, a list of the included items and our service capabilities here. You need someone to oversee the overall program or maybe assess your current recovery vendor. We have the capability and expertise. And where we see the most focus when discussing business continuity and disaster recovery is really in the plan's comprehensiveness, asking the question of whether your existing plan takes into consideration all of the necessary portions of your complex environment to ensure service availability. And finally, crisis management and information security, because declaring a disaster due to natural events can have a different reaction than declaring a disaster due to cyber terrorism. And we're all targets nowadays, folks. Let's be prepared no matter the circumstances. And my last example is strategic planning, the importance of a strategy for IT specifically. So oftentimes, IT is considered a cost center, and the organization doesn't derive any understanding of business value from the services provided. And this is typically due to misalignment with the business drivers, projects and deliverable priority is off, and there appears to be no effect IT decisions by the business, and other departments within the business do not have that visibility into IT efforts. So a strategy is built from understanding the business direction and intent over the next couple of years. Does the business have that strategic plan, those strategic goals, mission, vision statements? So planning on growing, and then IT needs to grow. Plan on downsizing, let's focus on efficiencies and consolidation. It's all about what the business is doing. These are contributors to the target state, right? And that's really where we want to be. The technical, professional, and organizational blueprint that marries to the business vision and mission statements is that target state. And how do we get there? Well, we assess the current state, seeing how it operates today. These are the many things to consider when building a strategic plan, and assessing the current resources, processes, and technology allows us to understand the beginning of our road ahead. And finally, the roadmap, the all-important answer on, to how do we get there? And the overall benefit long-term is really organizational maturity. Now, is everyone going to aim for the top rung here and devote resources and time to make this happen? Quite frankly, it's not worth it if the focus is solely IT innovation and you lose the business strategy alignment. So being able to move up a notch in our strategy adoption is a huge gain. And with a well-executed plan, it can be done in step with business strategy. This cohesive alignment ensures easier wins, easier budget discussions, happier customers, and much happier employees. Increased communication means less surprises. The business becomes more aware of the work being performed, and there is a mutual appreciation that benefits everyone. So before we start singing Kumbaya, right, we need to get to work. The roadmap is your progression to this new target state of IT. So as I stated on the earlier slide, understanding the current state is critical because analysis needs to happen to ensure a clear understanding of today's capabilities and the gap that exists in tomorrow's expectations. These business-based expectations and the work that will need to be done to bridge the gap from today's capabilities are the defined efforts that bring the strategy to reality. And bringing these elements before the business with clear estimations on timelines, budget, and risk will set appropriate expectations and help secure business approval of adopting these strategies. And most importantly, the clear and constant communication on project progress, program progress, and benefits realizations to the business to demonstrate the value of technical innovation. So these are examples of the services we offer, and really, more importantly, how we deliver. We focus on the how because the real value sometimes is not the technology that's being introduced, but the adoption and practice of those new technologies, new processes. So when you're providing that new thing or an entirely new environment, it's only as good as the comfort of use, the communication of its capability, and quite frankly, the confidence of the business in using those new tools. So our intention is to focus on our solid, growing, localized customer base and provide the partnership and quality delivery expected of our staff. And as we continue to grow, our breadth of technology and professional services will expand beyond what you see on the screen here. But how we deliver these services will remain. Intelligent design, simple yet innovative tools and resources, and clear communication to ensure customer satisfaction. So I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. I know this was a quick rundown of what we do, how we do it. I do appreciate everybody's attention. You can either use the chat feature or the questions feature on the GoToWebinar app. I'll give a few minutes for anybody who has any questions related to our managed services or the how, if there's questions to that. Okay, and while I don't see any questions coming up, but I will say, I have up on the screen right now our contact information. So if you have interest in speaking with us regarding any of the services described or outlined on the previous page, please feel free to reach out to me or anyone listed here. Obviously I appreciate your time today. So one of the questions that's come in, Eric, are we ITIL certified? Yes, as a matter of fact, all of our engineers are ITIL certified. All of our consultants are ITIL certified. Our engineers understand that we follow sort of the ITIL and COBIT processes and practices as a matter of strategic alignment and business alignment, and that is something that we strive for all of our engineers to possess as an ITIL certification. Yeah, great question. Listen, I appreciate your time today, and we look forward to speaking with you about how 5S can help you. Thanks so much again, and everybody enjoy your lunch, and we'll talk to you soon. We'll be doing another webinar in a month, so please stay tuned. I'm sure you'll be seeing some emails and contacts from us. So thanks again for your time.